it goes back to the idea of white collar crime, right? Because I think what a lot of these healthcare companies do, it's like that quote. What is it like? Kill one person and there's a name to them. You kill a million. It's a statistic. So, too many people, due to like getting denied healthcare and shit, go through such horrendous stories and even death a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
Right? And you never see their face.
Never.
You barely hear the stories. They don't get no news articles or nothing. And these CEOs and everything are the ones ultimately to make profit. They're the ones that when they deny them are the killers.
Yeah, they got to do shady ass shit.
Yeah.
Follow shady ass practices, and they get to walk around in fucking Midtown with no security and nobody,
Chilling.
barely nobody that he knows, you know.
Millions of dollars in bonuses and all this.
Yeah.
And you know, that's why in mainstream media they're trying to understand why there's no empathy from the population and the populace right now on both sides of the aisle on the political spectrum. And it's like, you don't get it? You don't get this? That these people, how many people been affected by it? I've been affected by it.
Yeah.
And
I've kept jobs before I fucking landed on my feet. I was working jobs where I had some fucking fugaga ass health insurance, American man, fucking American man insurance.
Yeah.
Like bullshit. Like the shit's covered nothing. Like, yo, your visit was $800. They covered 18.
Yeah.
Like,
and luckily you've never gone through some like real
like
bad,
ailment.
yeah,
Like,
something life or death issue.
Right.
I've gotten close to those things. And the red tape that you go through, even with decent insurance, insurance that you've been paying into, that you've worked a union gig for, and they still try to fuck you with certain things.
Yeah.
So the whole mainstream media, what they always do, they try to show you what everybody should be thinking, and they're not trying to understand the people, right? And it's because of that. It's because it's fucked up that the guy was murdered, because obviously the guy got family. His family's probably hurt. It's a real personal story to them.
Right.
But how many people go through these things?
Yeah.
And it's a statistic.
Yeah.
People just look at it as numbers. So yeah, people are making this guy, it's like martyrdom for him.
Yeah.
But bro, it was, that time was coming.
Yeah.
And I think that time, unfortunately, it shouldn't be violent, but you keep making people feel more desperate in all walks of life. What do you think is going to start happening?
Yeah. It's like, for me, I don't know that individual. I don't know who he was as a person. The bottom line is, though, who cares? Like, a lot of people don't care, right? They don't give a fuck when they deny somebody. They don't care about nobody.
Exactly.
So the truth is, I'm not saying that I condone what happened or that that's cool or whatever. I'm not involved. All I'm saying is that people die every day, right? And the first thing you hear out of motherfuckers' mouths is criminals this, criminals that. So what defines a criminal, right? That's another conversation. People might say that kind of shit you just described is criminal. Like, you letting people die, you're denying people, and you're being heartless, right? So it all comes down to perspective. For me, I see it like, bro, I'm not gonna be the one to go out there and do some shit like that. But when it happens, it's like, bro, as someone who spends a lot of his time covering stories that are not handled in the media or made to look a certain way in the media and just forgotten, I could see why people just feel like, bro, who cares? Like, oh, rich guy got, like, what happened with the Titanic submarine? Everybody shitted on those people for being rich. They didn't even do nothing wrong. It was just like, oh, y'all dumb and rich. Y'all went down there and did this and this with this guy with an Xbox controller. Fuck them. They all died. Who cares? That's how people saw it, which is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you shouldn't really hate people for being rich. Like, dude, some people can't help that. They're born into it or they worked for it. Whatever the fuck. It depends on who you are as a person. People are going to view shit differently. My personal opinion is, I can't really find myself like, it's like, okay, bro, like, it's unfortunate, but it's like, what do you, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel about that. He's a fucking stranger to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to feel about that when, you know, you do what you do? That's kind of like a very specific field you're in. You know what I'm saying? And United is like up there with like the top fucking insurance who was like denying people and doing all this.
Bro, and their denial rates, this is another
it's crazy high.
number. It's the average of other national healthcare companies like Blue Cross Blue Shield and all that shit is about 16% denial
They're
rate.
like 32, right?
They're double. They're
Yeah.
double the national average.
Yeah.
So you're denying people at double the rate, and you see the bonuses that go to just bonus money. That bonus money comes from denying people that pay into the insurance, so they could disperse the money collected within. You pay into insurance.
Right.
A company where if you work for a job, your job pays into that insurance. So they're keeping the money that's paid into and denying you what comes out of your fucking check or your company's check,
Yeah.
whoever you work for, the money that's put into it for that.
Right.
It's put into there for that reason.
Yeah.
And bro, that's insanity to me.
Exactly. So it's like I feel for his family, and like I don't know his children. I don't think that shit. Like I said, that it's a whole different perspective for them. We don't know what they're going through. I don't know them personally, so I don't want to come off like I'm being. I don't know a lot of the people I do stories on. I just know their circumstances, and they're completely different. It's like if you're in that field and you're doing like you're okay with walking around doing that kind of fuck shit, you might get smoked. Or you might have a situation like that. That shit is like, it's not the first time it's happened.
But it goes back to me it's the idea of blue collar and white collar crime, right? Everybody, it's real easy to see the criminal in blue collar. Meaning, by you say blue collar, that means like maybe stick ups. You could say drug murders, things that are easy to view. But white collar crime, people that steal billions of dollars from people.
That shit is
how
hidden.
many lives do you destroy?
Yeah, that shit happens all the time.
People who take
major
retirement
corporations,
funds,
people like fucking
401ks,
stock market crashes. They pull out all bread. They take people's retirement funds, all their money. That shit's happened. People,
you're ruining lives.
Yeah.
And there's no way to correlate the actual detriment to people's lives and the faces with that in white collar crime.
Yeah.
Because there's so much red tape, so to say, in between.
Yeah.
But it's way worse, bro.
Yeah.
It's way worse. So I think this shit is all coming to head. And then you see what Blue Cross Blue Shield was trying to do the same week. They were trying to make it that they would only cover a certain amount of time of anesthesia.
Yeah.
And after that, dude, imagine having to wake up. Your surgery goes longer. You wake up. Yeah, we can only cover the 2 hours. It had to go 4. So you got to pay this now. It's like $8,000.
Yeah, they went way back on that.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Why would you think that's the place
now
where
all
you
those
should penny
companies
pinch?
are removing. They scrubbed their websites to remove like the CEOs and
Yeah.
the top people from their websites.
So now they're gonna do it in the dark.
Yeah.
Which is even more, I think, fucking devious. It's like, these people should, and it goes to politicians too. All these people that do play all these moves, they're the ones that are causing more harm. It's it's real easy to point your finger at people that are fucking out here trying that turn to crime and the obvious things because of nature, nurture, environment, whatever the fuck. Some people are just fucked up, but those people, the ones that know better, the ones that plot and scheme, they're the fucking evil ones.
Yeah. People feel untouchable when they do shit like that because of what it is. Like you said, white collar crime versus blue collar. People feel like they could get away with that because they're kind of behind a veil of like fucking overseas fucking accounts and moving money so quickly at such a crazy rate and all like they never get back for the shit they do. And even when they do, you see they go to like a fucking resort. Like a federal prison is like a fucking country club and shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, bro, for me, it's not like I'm saying, yeah, fuck them. I'm good. I don't get no enjoyment out of it.
But you understand.
But I understand. It's like, bro, I care as much as I did when they were denying people. You know what I'm saying? It's like the way you feel when y'all deny people, y'all don't think twice about it. For me, I don't give a fuck. For me, it's kind of shocking. Like, oh shit, that's crazy that happened, my man. But you see how quickly it became about the person who did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a story I would ever cover. Like, put it that way. Like, I'm not, like, I would never cover that story. Like, it's not a story, like, I don't feel like the evil intent, it's just so, like, bro, I'm never gonna go down that path. Like, that kind of shit is, you should expect some type of shit like this to happen when you're in that kind of fucking world. I don't know. That's just my like. It's kind of like being a drug dealer and not expecting to get robbed or people to roll up on you if you're a known person of like a known big ass gang.
Yeah.
If you switch the roles and this shit was like United Healthcare was just like a big ass street gang, and the top of that gang was like calling all the shots and making people ordering dudes over there to get washed and get fucked up, and yo, nah, we ain't gonna give them just give them bullets type shit.
Yeah.
People wouldn't care if the dude got smoked later. It would just be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm not saying that I want that kind of shit to happen and that it gives me any type of enjoyment, because it doesn't. I don't. That's another thing. It's like you see every weird side of it because you have people who don't know shit about what's going on. They just kind of jump on it. Like, yeah, rich guy got murdered. Cool. Like, bro, there's a lot of people who do good shit with their money. There's a lot of good
That's
rich
true, too.
people. There's a lot of people who are out here making moves. The problem is they don't want to be in the fucking cameras and all.
And anything good, anything positive people do never really gets.
Yeah, it doesn't
promoted.
get
a problem,
the recognition.
too.
And there's
Yeah.
a lot of people who own shit and who do good with their money.
Yeah.
So it's not right to just generalize that. But for a situation like that, it's like, bro, like what am I supposed? What do you want me to say? Like, bro, what do you want me to say about that? Like, I'm in that group of people who, if I lose my fucking city job or if I lose my insurance, I'm gonna be stressed. You know what I'm saying? I've had, with the shit I went through when I had my teeth taken out, I didn't have insurance. I was one of them people. I was fucking going crazy. Like, yo, nah, man. Looking for people to take my shit out. With, like,
And it's so hard.
Ridiculous.
Everybody, I could do this, I can't do that. Bro, right now, I fucking fractured my foot at the workplace. The loops I gotta go through to see a follow-up, through workers' compensation, all these numbers. Then you get fucked. They only give you like 1/4 your check. It makes it impossible. I've had 2 times in my life where I've had to get workers' comp because of an injury right now, and I had short-term disability. Short-term disability, something you pay into. Your insurance, right? You're supposed to get that. Bro, the red tape, and I had a real major surgery. Mm-hmm. The shit they make you go through to give you such a small percent of the money. This shit can't hold you off for a fucking week.
Yo.
And they make you go through these hoops. The system is so fucking broken, and I think it's just like it's so broken that when things start going south, don't be surprised.
Yeah.
I think that's coming very soon because too many people feel desperate.
Yeah, I mean, what people are afraid of now, or people in those positions are afraid of, is that it comes in threes. Like, you normally see shit like this happen, and then it happens again, and then it happens again. So, at this point, it's just like, bro, like, it feels like they kind of want you to care a lot about this dude. It's like, I don't give a fuck about any of them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about the guy who did it, and I don't give I just don't, like, I'm not heartless. I'm just, bro, look where we live. You hear about people getting killed every day. It's like you can't possibly, you have no attachment. You become detached from that shit in a way.
Yeah.
It's only when you really look into someone's story or really look into what they're about that it starts to hit you kind of like, oh shit, But it's impossible for that to happen. You know what I mean? Like, they already brought up dudes past. They brought up a lot of shit and shady practices. It's like, all right, that's it, bro. The dude's caught. Now what? Now we're going to fucking talk about this guy for the next 7 years. They're going to start looking up fucking his manifesto.
He's going to be in the new Che Guevara shirt, bro.
They're already, bro.
I can tell you, they're going to do that.
There's people painting him and getting tattoos of him. And it's like, bro, y'all are weird, man.
Yeah.
Like, not because I don't understand what's going on, but it's just like, bro, a tattoo.
Yeah, but that's like French Revolution shit,
Mm-hmm.
The French Revolution, people still to this day
crazy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All the aristocrats and shit that they, because it's the same idea. If you look at that time, how desperate people started getting, they all just went, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, these people are living in such high castles.
Yeah.
And, like, nowadays, bro, you got... It's spooky, though, because right now, some of the people with the most money ever are running the country.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's another thing. You see how fucking goofy all this is? half the people who are like rooting for a rich guy that got
elected.
elected the same type of person.
Yeah.
So it's just goofy. Y'all goofy.
Yeah.
It's goofy behavior from goofy at a goofy time from goofy ass people.
Yeah.
Like the dude who did it is rich as fuck. Ivy League schools, families own nursing homes and a bunch of shit in Baltimore. Like the dude is rich. I don't even know why the fuck he cares about healthcare. He could pay for that shit.
Oh, could he?
The dude, that's what I'm reading. If all that's accurate, he went to Penn State or whatever, or went to. I'm probably wrong on the college, so don't quote me on that. But,
UPenn, University of Pennsylvania.
Okay, University of Pennsylvania. He is fucking. That's an Ivy League school. His family owns shit. You know what I'm saying? The dude got bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like you could have just paid for insurance, but he's probably one of them people that just understood that it was wrong, or the dude's bugging out. Who knows? You can't. This is the thing. You can't go making these reasons up for these people. Some motherfuckers are just off.
Yeah.
He could have just done that shit because he wanted to. Like,
from what they say that he had like a bad back injury.
I saw, yeah.
And then he got denied insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he just went off the deep end, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his relationship was with his family or his parent. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
A back injury, and you get into back injuries are not fun. Bro.
I get it.
Back injuries are horrible.
I don't know. Again, this comes from a place of someone who does not know that man's story or where his head was when he did this or what the case is. But a lot of times people want to fill in those gaps themselves.
Oh yeah.
Here's a guy who got fed up with the system and this and this. It's like, do you know that?
Yeah.
Like,
people are like you said. People want to fill in the version of the story they want to be true.
Exactly. They want to fill in that and then.
And also, is it for sure him?
I mean, it's looking like it's pretty much him. He had the fake ID. He had the fake ID in his bag that he used to check into the hostel, which is in Douglas. It's the hostel on 103rd.
Oh yeah, it's 103rd.
He was staying on 103rd. We grew up there. That hostel, people used to get fucking harassed at that hostel, dog. That hostel, everybody from Douglas knows that hostel. You'd have like college students sitting in the front, like drinking coffee, and you just walk by, fuck out of here, yo, you eating burgers?
Throw a water balloon from fucking.
You remember when a car crashed into that shit?
Yeah.
It was a fucking SUV crashed through the fucking shit. It was in the wall. We came home from school.
It hit like the side entrance.
Yeah, like the where the bars are. It went through it into the It was like hitting the wall. Also, one time we came back from school. It was like, I don't know if you were there, but it was me, like Gio, a few of us, and Redman, Eric Sermon, and them. They were filming a video right there.
Oh, for real?
You can still watch that video today, but they shot. Everybody knew about it. Like, yo, they're shooting a video at the hostel, and they were down there in the part that it goes in.
Yeah.
With the brick walls, and they were shooting a video right in there.
You know what's funny? I never thought about this, but I've seen a couple 1Ds that took a place right in front of the hostel. And when you think, I never, back then I wasn't thinking these are people that are coming from different countries.
Yeah, they don't know.
International. They're just seeing bad 1Ds. Bro.
Yo, that's a bad spot for a hostel, kid.
Bro, I saw 3 1Ds that I personally remember. Mm-hmm. I was never in one of them next to the hostel. I was in a couple. We were both in a couple up the block.
We've definitely been into a few across the street from the hostel.
Yeah, across the street, up the block. But I'm talking about directly in front of the hostel. I saw 3 that I guarantee. I saw one girl get like a ponytail ripped off, like bro, a whole ripped off. I saw two friends of ours have a 1D, and one of them get like hit with a ring, and they had a little knot, which is mad funny.
Shit.
And then this other fight with 2 dudes I didn't know. But that's fucking hilarious to think that was international people like,
oh my god,
this is New York.
Yeah, that shit is funny.
Just
when you put it in that perspective,
dude, funny ass crowd, bro.
Yeah, man, it's just it sucks all around. It's just crazy to see how quickly things become like, bro. He went from like 200 Twitter followers to 280,000 on his Twitter right now. It's probably way higher.
It's like Robin Hood.
Yeah, that's how they see him. He's a martyr. He's not dead. They didn't kill him, obviously, but it's like the idea of martyrdom, dying for.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we just gotta see where that's gonna. I mean, they're gonna run this shit heavy.
Yeah.
They're gonna run this shit heavy. They're never gonna stop talking about this shit.
Did you see that Elon Musk has his kid on his head now? That's what they think. He never did that before, but now he's doing it. I guess they think so. No one can shoot at him.
Oh wow.
It's crazy.
Bro, these
He's
guys.
stupid if he thinks someone who wants to kill him would give a fuck about his kid. That's the mentality I'm talking about. Like, you're rich, get security. Don't take your kid with you because they'll murk your kid too. Nobody gives a
If
fuck about your
crazy
kid.
and they're gonna end their lives.
That's
after
what I'm
doing
saying.
This,
like again, not to I talk about that kind of shit too often. Your kid ain't gonna save you. Your kid is going down with you. If you're bringing your kid, if that's really real, you're bringing your kid to stop you from being like shot at. You're just putting them in harm's way.
that also means that you have a guilty conscience about things.
Right.
Because I'm sorry, even good people in our society have been murdered, right? The people that have promoted positive messages. You see some of the world leaders that at least tried to do good and things. They've been assassinated. Sometimes more so than people that do evil.
Right.
You know? But that means you got a guilty conscience about something, because at least a lot of these people that try to do good with good intentions, they walk around not caring.
Yeah.
They feel free that they could be that. You know? Now things have happened to them, but they still don't walk around thinking I need to protect myself.
Right.
You know, there's a difference there. And, you know, Elon Musk, I think we've spoken about this before. He's done a lot of good work, man, in the science and technology field that I think actually will, on the long run, is doing better for humanity. Like the idea of even implementing electric cars, right? Like Tesla. That idea is good environmentally, right? But the reason why it never took place is because people were always like, they just didn't want an electric car. It was seen as like wimpy. It was seen as bad cars. It wasn't seen as a thing that you needed a product to come out that people wanted to own.
Right.
You know, so even though it's electric, you want to own it because it's a dope car.
Right.
So he unintentionally so, the people buying it are actually doing better for the environment. So something even as simple as that, SpaceX, what he's been doing with that, awesome, reusable rockets, all this shit. But yo, some people need to stay in their lanes, man, because you as a smarter individual, you should know what you don't know. You're not supposed to be running the public, anything in government. Stay in your fucking lane, bro, because you're doing you're one of the richest dudes out there, hoarding cash like a motherfucker, who tripled his money, the amount of money he made since COVID, right? While people are this desperate, and now you're talking shit to people, talking down on people. You say, oh yeah, you know, it's the same shit. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You a fucking third generation rich motherfucker.
Yeah.
What the fuck you know about really?
That guy's a fucking nerd, bro.
Yeah, so many of these guys that talk
all that
like
shit's gonna go to shit because there's too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too many motherfuckers with egos.
Yeah.
Nobody in that, like, everyone who's involved in that kind of shit will eventually bump heads and it'll all go to shit. Because you can't have people, like, exactly, someone, and like, smartest dude in the world or whatever the fuck he thinks he is, should know where his lane is, where it's been for, like, the last 25 years. But now he wants to put his foot in this, and it's like, okay, let's see how that goes.
Yeah, dude, but I see this constantly, right? Like, one of the first people I realized with, it's funny to say, so one of the best brain surgeons in America was Ben Carson. But when he got put into the Trump administration, and you saw how he was running his division, it was just horrible.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, this guy is a G. You cannot say he's not a brilliant surgeon.
It's just you don't know shit about this.
It's like you can't, because you fix cars and you're the best mechanic,
It don't
doesn't mean you're the best fucking baseball player or fucking you're the best author. You just, there's different lanes.
I know if there's anybody here who's ever been in customer service or been on a call center and has been helping people with their fucking internet or anything like that, they can vouch for this. You will often get motherfuckers who will call you like a doctor and be like, oh, my internet's not working. Like, they call you furious automatically. And you're like, all right, let's try this. Oh, you think I wouldn't try that already? All right, well, we're doing it in a certain order because I can see shit now. Now I'm here. Let me help you, right?
Yeah.
And then they hit you. I was bringing this up because I said this to someone once. This guy,
you told,
I flipped on somebody because he kept, oh, you think I don't know? Listen, I'm a doctor. And I was like, all right, then you do doctor stuff. Like, I do internet stuff. If you knew how to fix this, you wouldn't be calling me.
Different lanes, bro.
Like, different lanes. You mad that you got this fucking, you probably think I'm a dumb motherfucker who gets paid nothing. You know what I'm saying? Helping you out. But, yeah, I got you up and running. Now, like, this is just my lane. Yeah. I'm not going to go to the doctor's office and be like, nah, don't use that scalpel, bro. That shit is whack. Use the other joint. That shit looks sharper.
Yeah.
Like, no. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Bro, a wise man named Lao
wise man named
Lao Tzu, centuries ago, who wrote the Tao Te Ching, right? Wrote, this is a quote, the wise man knows what he does not know. That's fucking true. Somebody else also said...
that's the problem, though. Nobody knows when they fucking don't know anything.
Yeah.
These days. Now, the more you don't know, the more motherfuckers want to argue.
Yeah. Dude, I realized the more I became better, like, read in certain things, like, when I took time to learn about, like physics and whatnot, I'm like, yo, I don't... Even trying to get a grasp on it, I'm like, I don't get none of this shit. It's like, I've read so many books from Michio Kaku, fucking Max Tegmark, Brian Greene, and I'm like oblivious, and I'm like, but I'm learning. I know what I don't know. Right. I know I can't sit there and do these fucking calculations on a board to show you some theoretical physics of something, of a process taking place in the universe. You should just be willing to admit that. You know?
Right. I mean, you know what's the sad part? You wouldn't even have to admit it if you just stood in your fucking lane. Yeah. Like, you don't have to present yourself as someone who knows fucking everything. That shit's the biggest problem these days. You talk about anything, it could be anything. Anything. You could say, yo, this pair of jeans right here, these shits was fire back in the day. There'll be one motherfucker to be like, well, actually, the better version came out in 2008 because they started using Velcro versus Kevlar. And the Kevlar was stitched from, like, shut the fuck up.
You know, this was actually...
Shut up!
16-inch stitching and
Actually, the manufacturers there even went on record to say, like, oh my god.
You know, Gore-Tex actually changed over to...
Yo, fuck all of you.
Yeah, that shit is so corny.
Shut the fuck up. Like, yeah. People preach bullshit nowadays. Like, yo, you all sound the same. Shut the fuck up.
I'm happy I've learned to be able to say that I know when I'm wrong. That took me a while too.
Yo, even me, what I just said about y'all all sound the same. Even me saying that's whack. Like that shit sound the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just everybody, just be quiet, bro. Everybody, just be quiet.
Silence.
Just everybody chill, be quiet.
Silence.
Like back in the day, you had to go search for the shit that your brother used to watch, like Phil Valentine, Dr. Phil Valentine, and like, oh, we're gonna break down the Wizard of Oz and talk. Yeah,
we're gonna break down the Tetragrammaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna break down the Matrix.
Yeah, talk about how the Matrix is actually about the devil.
Yeah,
yo, that's every motherfucker on YouTube now, and they do it with movies that haven't even dropped yet. So you see from this trailer, they're already showing the signs. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he said Bar Jesus. He didn't say Jesus. So Bar Jesus, if you look at chapter 6, verse 20 in the Corinthians, Bar Jesus is.
And then motherfuckers will go start a cult, and everybody will be like, "Oh shit, motherfucker was crazy." That shit happens all the
fuck girls.
That shit happens all the time now, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm not talking about people who have fucking knowledge of this shit. I know those people, and I talk to those people. I'm talking about motherfuckers who just see what this guy posted and what that guy posted, and just, let me go make a TikTok about it.
Research isn't just watching another person's video.
Right.
About
it's
a topic.
Verifying shit from numerous sources.
Yeah.
It's making sure you follow an old journalistic approach and rule of verifying from 3 different places or more. That's how you get to the bottom of shit, and you have to make sure it's not like today where every website will be like according to, and it's like directed at one person. That's not real journalism.
Yeah.
It has to be conducted by different people who asked questions themselves. People, you could back half the shit up from back in the day where you see people at conferences and see like direct quotes from motherfuckers. Now it's just like according to like Channel 7 News. Like, who the fuck said they know anything?
Once
Not
people,
them. I'm talking about as an example. Like who?
Yeah.
All right, where'd they get the info from?
once personality started coming into the idea of news,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where it got ruined. When it became more about the anchor instead of the news. Like people used to just look into facts.
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
like presenting facts.
yeah,
Or not, it may have not been facts, but presenting what is really being said from said story.
I mean, it also came down to the fact that the news was the news. Like, if you had a Bill Butel or Roz Abrams or something, they were on the news, and that's the only time you fucking saw them.
Yeah.
Now you gotta fucking deal with motherfuckers going live after they're on the news. Like, hey guys, so we just got done with a news broadcast, and we're gonna be going live at 8 p.m. to discuss the case. Like, you just need to chill. You need to take like everybody's battling for the internet shit. Like it's weird. You even see news channels doing weird shit, and like it's crazy when you see it. Like news channels get like no fucking views. Like that's wild, because a lot of people did away with cable.
Yeah.
Right. So
everything is on internet now.
Yeah. So if people are getting their news from the internet, why don't the news channels have any types of like real like it's weird. They'll have like a crazy follow count or whatever, subscriber count, but they'll have like fucking 300 views on a video that dropped like a week ago about something important, and you're like, what the fuck? So where are they getting their news from? TikTok clips and stupid shit.
Yeah, that's their source. Everybody's using just other people as sources.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, like it's come on, man. And then everybody wants to solve cases and be detectives and do shit like that, like with the fucking CEO dude. Like, somebody, here come the cops to talk about how good their investigative work was. You didn't do shit. He escaped.
Yeah.
He got caught at fucking McDonald's. If not for that, you would still be looking for this dude. You didn't do shit. Someone called and you got the call. Okay, we'll go pick him up. That's it. That's what that was. I could have done that. I could have gone and picked him up. Like anybody could have done that.
Yeah.
You didn't do no investigative. Like you put out. I get that the part that was real crucial was getting the, surveillance videos out and everything, drawing them. That wasn't a hard task. Trust me.
Yeah, you tap into those cameras.
It wasn't. Get the cameras between this time and this time. Scrub everything the last like 24 hours. You get like 3 people to do that shit, and it's not that crazy. It's not that deep, my brother. Stop. But again, it's whatever. These days, everything is over fucking done, bro. It's over talked. That shit, we're not gonna hear it. We're not gonna stop hearing about that for like fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
sure.
There's gonna be a series. People are already trying to cast them. In a series. They're like, yo, David Franco should play him, and I'm like, yo, I agree. He looks just like
he does look like fucking Dave Franco.
Just because that's the casting. Like, that would work because I just know they're gonna do a story on it.
Netflix already got the documentary coming.
Bro, Netflix,
the 3-part documentary.
Netflix already got the trial, and that shit hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah,
Netflix already knows how this shit's gonna end. You know what I'm saying?
United in health.
Oh man, United.
The story of what is his name, Luigi Mangiani.
United in death.
Yeah, like
what's this shit gonna be called?
Death Care.
Oh man.